Hey guys, RandyMaBoB here, and today I wanted to try something a little different and give a breakdown of the 1.11 patch dropping this week and review the changes I feel are noteworthy. That being said, I'll leave a link down below to the full patch notes. So diving right in, the big highlights of this patch have to be the global chat. No more will you be a slave to the legendary ping in Discord. Now you can spam that you want legendary games to your heart's content without getting muted. Module prerequisites have been removed, and they also added in secondary loadouts. This is huge, guys. There will be lots of counterpicking in our future. And lastly, there's some balancing changes and a sexy UI update. Moving on, the upcoming patch has a three-pronged approach. Tier 3 variety, mine rebalance, and some player-suggested feedback. That's right, there's more modules available at T3. Each class is receiving 2 additional modules and another secondary weapon to choose from. This change will not affect the required amount of modules needed to progress to the next tier. So let's be honest here, guys. For the most part, mines are pretty meh. The idea of mines was to have something that would restrict movement. It sounds nice until you have a shielded Dreadnought or a pulsing Corvette clean up your freshly made minefield. So to help with that, mines will fan out more to cover a larger area, and now we'll have a higher HP so they can generally make my life in a Streebog that much harder. So this is where the three-pronged approach really comes together. The big takeaways here are the HP buffs for the Tier 3 ships and some much needed module tweaks. First up, the T3 ships are kinda squishy, so now they're less so. T3 ships got a slight HP buff to make them more competitive in bet matches. You can see the exact numbers down in the patch notes below. So now I'm going to touch on a module for each of the classes. So for Dreadnoughts, bombers have gotten some much needed love. Mine radius was more than doubled, the damage was doubled, and the scram mines now scramble for 2 seconds instead of half a second each. This is huge, but I'm not sure how big it's going to be because bombers are drunk and they really need to go home. Going on further, destroyers also got a little love in the form of Protean auto guns. They're getting a huge damage buff, and I can't wait to test it out and see if it'll actually be competitive in the very hard to beat perimeter slots that we have with weapon booster pulse, scramble pulse, drain pulse. It's rough, so hopefully we can get a little more offensive play in that slot. Corvettes got some love in the form of heavy torpedo. Now all the cooldowns are in line with the damage it deals, which puts it further in line with the weapon breaker torpedo. No longer is the weapon breaker torpedo the obvious choice. Artillery cruisers, on the other hand, were getting a bit uppity and got toned back a little. The auto beams, all forms of it, we're talking disruptor, stasis, and damage auto beams, all got their range cut down to 1500 meters. I think the durations are still a little high on those, but we'll see where this takes us. Mine catapult also got a huge hit to damage and trigger time. So you're going to want to take a closer look at those and adjust your playstyle accordingly. Now TAC cruisers. We got some really interesting changes in TAC cruisers that I can't wait to see. Firstly, tractor pods. Their pod count got increased from 1 to 2, and that's doubling the max pod count. Now you combine that with overclock pulse, overclock module, maybe with a couple of TAC friends, you can make a tractor beam black hole. I can't wait to see that roll out. The change I am very excited about is the Palos, the Harwick, the Kataro. Their speeds got adjusted by, on average, by 44% around the board. That's pretty crazy. Light TACs were already really powerful against Corvettes. I don't know about you guys, but I am ready to accept TAC bet into my life. The Light TAC now has the horsepower to run down Corvettes. This is huge, guys. So guys, that is my quick rundown of the 1.11 patch. Like I was saying earlier, the full patch notes are available in the links down in the description. Be sure to check them out. There's a lot of information in there that I chose not to cover this time around. If you enjoy getting these breakdowns, leave a like down below, let me know. And also, if you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button for me. It really helps out, and also make sure you get first notice when my videos go live. Again, guys, thank you very much for all your support. Until next time, keep it classy.